I'm Steve Price. People call me a media personality. I'm not sure about that. I prefer the term journalist. The moment I got to a newsroom, which was full of clacking typewriters in those days, no computers, crusty old reporters, exciting stories breaking every 5 minutes, people running around shouting, screaming out copy where you had to run and grab the paper off them. It was like something out of a movie, and the moment I got in there, it just clicked, and I never wanted to do anything but that. You know, they would send you out with a senior reporter to a murder or to a bank hold-up, or I remember in Adelaide one day we were covering a siege in a gun shop, and the photographer said he wanted to put his telephoto lens on my shoulder to photograph down the street where this guy was. The guy smashed the window, got out of the gun shop and pointed his 2 rifles at us, and the photographer was very happy that I was his tripod for the day. Radio was the best thing in terms of immediacy. I mean, I remember being on air on September 11 when the attack on the World Trade Center happened. I think I went to air at midnight, and I was on air for about 12 hours non-stop, and that story unfolded, and so you just had to keep talking, but you had the advantage of people who would call in. We had a call that night, I remember, at about 2 in the morning from a 3AW listener who was in New York.
Steve, as a young child, was just beautiful. He was an active young boy. He used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning when he worked at the news to go and read the telex thing, which all the news came from overseas on. He was very work conscious, and he's very nice to people, and I met some of his workmates recently and they all love him. So, and I know a lot of people that he's been very kind to over the years. So that's what I'm very proud of.
My mum's an amazing woman. She's just turned 90, still lives on her own in a house, drives a car. She's always been there for her children and her family. I mean, the hard years, keeping in touch with my mother, were the COVID years. I mean, I was in Victoria. I couldn't bring her to Melbourne. I couldn't get to her. So in the end, I did get there, and we sat down in the backyard and we did an interview back live on Channel 10 one night, and it was a really fulfilling part of my life to do that. I'm here to say it now for my magnificent mother, Margot Price. She likes to go by the name Margot. She's been an extraordinary mother, and particularly during the COVID period, I made sure that I rang her every day. And I think it's so important, the communication that we're talking about here for Tobin Brothers, that you have to understand that 1 minute, 2 minute phone call can make all the difference.
Hello.
Hey Mum, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, Steve. Your usual call?
Well, I try and call you every day. Sometimes I'm not so good. Well, I just wanted to, say it now to you that during particularly COVID, I thought it was very important that I speak to you and make sure that you knew that someone was looking after you.
Yes, you did, and you were the only one that was worried about me, quite honestly. But you did. You looked after me beautifully.
How important was it to have a voice to talk to during those dark days?
You've no idea. I had a birthday right in the middle of COVID, and you couldn't ask people into your house. I sat in the driveway with my neighbour and had a drink.
Remember when I came over? I drove over and got
Yes.
through the border, and we had that. We did that interview in the backyard.
Yes, I do. That was great.
And do you think it's stayed that way since COVID? That I feel that I'm much closer to you now than ever.
No, you've called me basically every day ever since.